Why did the members of the European Community, except Denmark and the United Kingdom, adopt at Maastricht in February 1992 a commitment towards a single currency by 1999 at the latest? The answer to this question is crucial. The majority of the analysts, scholars, and eyewitnesses say that the provisions for monetary union, which the Treaty on European Union contained, implied the European response to ever-increasing globalization. From this perspective, the European Monetary Union represented the best way for European states to retain influence over their own future in an age of globalization characterized by rapid capital mobility, omnipresent multinational corporations, constant technological innovation in telecommunications and information technology, and the apparently unstoppable internationalization of some services. This way of looking at the origins of the single currency was rooted in the belief that the accelerating spread of social and economic interdependence had inevitably led to the weakening of the nation state. Only the supranation would be capable of dealing with globalization, and the single European currency will mean its best defense tool. The truth is that globalization is nothing else but a set of international regulations which are designed in a more restrictive or liberal way depending upon the given constellation of interests at each point in time. Capital flows had increased since the mid-1970s because the states wanted and permitted them. In this sense, European monetary integration was another act of political self-assertion which needs to be understood before addressing its main consequences. The sort of liberal political consensus which emerged after 1972 aimed at high capital mobility and price stability through restrictive monetary policy. This was due to the fact that this set of ideas nurtured the interests of the six. The French liked stable common prices for the common agricultural policy. The Germans saw exchange rate stability as the first step towards a harmonious economic union among the members of the European Community. And the Dutch and Italians saw political union following right after economic union. The initial discussions of a single currency and the setting up of a common central bank were initiated by states in full command of the circumstances, as the first decisive step in each one's desired direction. The decision taken at the end of the Cold War to form a single currency in Europe must be primarily explained as an act of political choice, and probably an unwise one, rather than a submission to world economic trends. My own explanation of the need for a single currency is rooted in the impact of the fusion of the two Germanys in 1990. German unification had, as we have already seen during week 3 of this course, many consequences. The most visible of all was a constant rise in the Lombard rate of the Bundesbank. This was done for a twofold purpose. Firstly, to attract foreign capital to assist financing industrial reconversion in the Eastern Länder of the new Germany. And secondly, to counter a rise in domestic demand given the generous wage concessions granted by the federal government. What happened was that this capital flew into Germany from everywhere else in Europe, given the fact that the European governments had most recently agreed to free movement of capital within Europe. In order to avoid such an outflow of capital, other central banks were forced to raise their interest rate, affecting negatively domestic demand, and the overall growth performance. It was the first time in history that the Bundesbank disregarded the impact of its own measures beyond the frontiers of the Federal Republic. This was so unexpected and traumatic for most governments that the idea of taking monetary policy out of German hands at the cost of a new collective surrender of national sovereignty emerged. The monetary provisions in the Treaty of Maastricht are the materialization of such an idea, and it was accepted by Germany for two simple reasons. First, it constituted the price to pay for unification. Second, and more important, Germany did not quite surrender any monetary sovereignty. German monetary policy was transformed into a pan-European monetary policy.